welcome to Gordon Guitar. We have Wish Wednesday here, and it's an opportunity for you guys to wish for songs and for me to bring them up. And this time we have Gretel HÄNLYN with a song called Motorbike, and this was wished from Nicholas Jordan, so wish from him. So I hope you enjoy this tutorial. I get the feeling that Gretel HÄNLYN is a smaller band, perhaps even a local band, I believe from UK. But this one is a cool song. We need to set our capo here on the 4th fret, and we only need 3 different chords here, so that's great. So capo on 4th, and let's start with the chords. We have first C, right? So that is 3rd on A, 2nd on D, open G, 1st B, and open E. Next is G. So that is 3rd on E, 2nd on A, open D, open G, 3rd B, and 3rd E. And the final chord is D. So that is open D, 2nd G, 3rd B, and 2nd E. Alright, so 3 chords. Now we need to look at the strumming pattern first, and then we will try to bring in this very kind of typical melody in for this song here. That is what we will focus a little bit here in the beginning. So let's look at the strumming pattern first. We have the C as the first chord, so grab a C and we will play this strumming first one round, and then I'm going to divide it into 2 different parts so we can break it down a little bit easier. So one strumming round will sound like this. Alright, so the first part is down, 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 up, down. So down, 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 up, down. Down, 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 up, down. Alright, so that's the first part, and the second part is up, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, so that is if we connect these 2 parts, it's actually easier to play these parts together. So one full strumming pattern will be first part down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, 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 down. Right? So a couple of strumming rounds will be like this. That is the strumming. So for this one we have kind of 2 different melodies, for one for C and one for G. So the one for C will be like this. Okay, so the actual notes here, one note will be played for each down or up. Okay, so the melody goes like this on the D string only. Okay, so that is on the 2nd fret. Down, 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 up, down. So that is the first part. So that means you need or try to focus here on the 2nd fret D string while you're strumming. And that means don't go full downstrokes. You could, but it's easier to have some control if you play a kind of shorter downs and ups here around the D string. So that will be great for you. But of course you can go and touch the B and even the E string. Doesn't matter that much, but stay around the D string. Don't go and play down on the top strings only, because then you will lose the melody. Okay, so the first part is played here, and you will try to only focus on the second fret D string. So down, 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 up, down. And then comes the second part, up, up, down, up, down, up. And on the first up here, open D string, then up, up on the second fret D string, 2 times. So the first up, up, down is open D string, second D string, second D string. And then comes the up, up, down, up. And that is third fret D string, second fret D string, second fret D string, and second fret D string. So the full melody, so to speak, is second fret D string for the first 5 times. So then open D string, then second fret D string, second fret D string, third fret D string, second fret, and second fret. So that's the melody. So slowly it will be okay. So very hard to instruct slowly. You gotta kind of get the feeling for the strumming and learn the melody. So that's the only way of handling this. So that was the C part and the C strumming. Now let's go over to the G. And for this one, you actually don't need to use the B and E string down here when you're playing this melody, because we will stay around the bass string. So that means E, A, and D, perhaps somewhere there. Okay. So this is based on kind of same pattern here. So the notes will actually be in the same spot as for the C chord. You just move everything up 1 string. So now you will start with the strumming in the same way, but you will play on the second fret A string this time. So for this one, I use my middle finger to play on the second fret A string. My ring finger I use for the third fret E string as a bass to just keep the G chord going on. And I use my little pinky here to hit the third fret A string and release it to get back to the second fret A string, which I'm holding with my middle finger there. Okay, so that's the technique I use. So like I said, you just move every note 1 string up. So that means 5 times on the second fret A string, then open A, then 2 times on the second fret A string, then third fret A string, and 3 times on the second fret A string. And the strumming is the same, so that means so on. So right now when we have this, that is kind of the part that is this song's DNA. All right, so the intro starts with 2 strumming rounds for C and 2 for G. So we know that by now. 2 C's and 2 G's. the verse, all right? So it continues in the same way, 2 rounds of C. And 2 rounds of G. You go back to C, 2 rounds. And 2 rounds of G. And then we're still in the first verse, and the lyrics clean up your shit. So you will on clean play the D, and here we don't have any melody to hit here, so it's just a strumming for D for 1 round, and then you shift to C and play without any melody again. So you don't gonna use this pattern we use for C, just a standard C and a standard strumming. This verse ends with 2 rounds of G. This melody. Alright, so that was the first round, first verse. So just to repeat everything now, we had the intro, C 2 times and G 2 times with the melody, okay? Then starts the actual verse. You're gonna play C 2 times with melody, G 2 times with melody. Then again, C 2 times with melody and G 2 times with melody. Then 1 just standard strumming for D, 1 standard strumming for C, and you end with 2 strumming rounds for G with the melody. Okay, so that takes us to the second verse, and that is played in the exact same way as the verse we just looked at, so that's nothing new there. Then after this second verse here comes the chorus. So we have kind of a drum beat break there after the second verse. And then comes just the lyric part in the chorus. Hey, you're not being loud enough. And when loud enough is spoken and sung, then you're gonna play G, 2 strumming rounds with the melody. Then C, 2 rounds with strumming, melody. Then back to G. Of strumming melody, and then they're gonna sing O, and in that moment you're gonna play the D, just 1 standard strumming, and C, standard strumming, and you end with G, this melody, for 2 rounds. So you can say that the chorus kind of is a repetition of the verse. You just skip the first C because that is a vocal part here, all right? So that was the chorus. Then comes the third verse, played in the exact same way as the other verses. The only difference here is in the end, after you played the last G for 2 rounds, you're gonna add an extra 4 rounds because they're gonna sing again and get over here. So that is the end line of the third verse, and you're gonna sing that for 2 times. And on the second time you're gonna play 4 rounds of G with the melody. This. And on the 4th round here, they're gonna sing the line here in the chorus, hey, you're not being loud enough. So during the 4th round, you're not being loud enough, and then you're gonna continue to play the rest of the chorus, which is played in the same way as the other. That means 2 rounds of G, then 2 rounds of C, back to 2 rounds of G, So Gretel Hanlyn, Motorbike. So I hope this was helpful, especially for you, Nicholas Jordan, who wished for this one. And perhaps you are the only viewer for this song, I'm not sure. but it's a cool one, so give it a try. And yeah, continue to wish here on this channel. I enjoy giving this back to you guys. So see you soon, and don't forget, play tuned.